Making just enough money is the most dangerous spot in the world. I made just enough money from the start of 2018 until the end of 2019, when the pain finally got so severe that by the end of 2019, with $60,000 in debt, having had to say no to umpteen amount of vacations, having to not be able to put in a pool and live in the house I want to live in and drive the cars I want to drive and see other people succeed past me, the pain finally became great enough that I said, I'm done. I drew a line in the sand and I will figure this out. It finally became great enough, but I made enough money. I was making in that $8,000 to $10,000 range. Our bills were paid. I wasn't in the crappy spot that I was, a year and a half earlier when I failed my software company. We could still go on a vacation here and there, but it certainly wasn't extravagant. And so guys, I know what this is like. I know what it's like to be in these comfort zones. And I want you guys, as we're going through the rest of this call, I want you to ask yourself and really think about it. Don't just listen to this and not take action or not do what I'm asking you to do, but I want you to really thoughtfully and introspectively ask yourself, are you hungry or are you comfortable? Are you out there making moves and taking risks and hustling like it's your last day? Hustling like I remember hustling July 28th of 2017 when I needed $3,000 in 3 days, or I had to go get a job. I had to go knock doors again. Am I hustling like that? Or am I wearing the golden handcuffs of comfort? And golden they are, and they will rob you of everything. I'm speaking from experience. And guys, this is another thing you guys have to realize. There are different levels to this. There are different levels to comfort. And no matter what level you are at, you can be experiencing it. So don't think just because you're making $2,000, you can't experience comfort. You sure as hell can, because there's people that are experiencing it that are listening to this call or that will listen to this call. Don't think because you're making 20 grand a month that you can't experience it, because trust me, I felt those different levels of comfort at different levels of life. I experienced this golden handcuffs of comfort when I was making $150,000 as a 22-year-old kid. I got comfortable. I was like, man, I'm ahead of my peers. I didn't even have to go to college. I'm making 150 grand. I was able to buy a house and go on some decent vacations, but I wasn't rich. I wasn't even close to rich. And if I didn't show up the next summer or the next day to knock a door, I wasn't going to be able to live that lifestyle. But I got comfortable. And guess what? That kept me stuck knocking doors for somebody else. Imagine knocking doors, traveling across the country, knocking doors in the heat for somebody else so that I could be comfortable during the off season. I experienced that when I was making $100,000 at 28 years old. When I was making $8,000 to $10,000 a month, barely paying the bills. Yeah, it wasn't where I wanted to be, but I had the bills paid, right? I wasn't gonna go bankrupt. Well, I hoped. I had debt, but I wasn't gonna go bankrupt. I experienced comfort at $100,000 per month. And guys, check this out. I experienced comfort when I made $1 million, but from $1 to $1.5 million when I was 30 years old. I know that that sounds crazy, but even at that level, I went from $1 million in 2020. In 2021, I did make 1.5, but we put the same amount in our pocket. We didn't really grow. It was a flat freaking year for the most part. And part of that was due to the fact that I had a really weird start of 2021. Guys, and as I told you at the beginning of this call, Conor McGregor in 2021, dude made $180 million. Highest paid athlete in 2021, according to Forbes. And last year, I think he did 40 million. Now, 40 million ain't too bad, Conor, but he fell off. He got comfortable. He got complacent. If you guys follow UFC at all, Khabib, I think he said something like, dude, Conor, you drink too much and you're too comfortable. Some shit like that. And again, guys, I'm bringing this up because I want you guys to ask yourself this question, because this is the question I'm asking myself. This is from somebody who makes hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And I'm sitting here having this mental battle. Am I comfortable or am I hungry? Because I'm telling you guys right now that if you stop growing, if you stop progressing, I don't care if you're at the 10,000, 100,000 or $1 million mark, if you stop growing and stop progressing, you will be miserable. Going from making $8,000 to $10,000 in 2019 to making that first $10,000 month in April felt way better than when I made $1.5 million, but it was the same as 2020 because I didn't grow. Don't wait until you fall off and have somebody tell you that you fell off, like Conor, like Drake says. Don't wait for that to happen. Wake your ass up. Wake up and realize, hey, I'm not playing as hungry as I was before. I'm playing comfortable, man. And whether you're at making $300,000 a month or whether you're making $300 a month, you can experience that comfort and it will freaking rob you of everything. I promise you this. I've experienced it, and those are the things that you're gonna wish that you could go back and change.